In this episode, I'm going to show you some of my favourite features of this all-new Reminders app by Apple. Hello and welcome to another episode of my Working with Reminders series. My name is Pullein, and in this week's episode I'm going to show you 3 or 4 of my favourite features of this all-new app, as well as answering a few of the questions that I couldn't answer in previous series, but now that I've had more time to play with this amazing new app, I can show you and answer those questions. Now, before we go into my iPad, I would just like to say, if you do get any value from this episode, please help me by hitting that like button below. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet and you want all the latest news and tips on productivity, time management and occasionally reminders, then please subscribe to my channel. Okay, let me take you into my iPad now and show you some of my favorite features and a few of the questions that have been raised from the first 3 episodes. Okay, so in this episode, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you some more of the advanced features that you can use in Reminders, plus some of the things that I've learned since I recorded the initial 3 episodes that I want. But first of all, I want to show you the smart date parsing that Reminders now has. So if we just add new reminder and do meditation, I'm going to type in every day at say 6 a.m. So what you'll see now is I have the every day at 6 a.m. is highlighted in blue. Now that's probably because I'm using the dark mode. It may be a different color if you're not using dark mode. But if you look at the bottom of the screen, you'll see suggested dates. Tomorrow, 6 a.m., daily. Tap on that and it gives you the actual task. So I'm going to hit return and that's now come into my list. So we've now got 3 items in there. And if I look at my today, it says do golden 10, go back to daily routines, do meditation. So it's coming up tomorrow at 6 a.m. daily. So if you look at the scheduled, so it's come do meditation at 6 a.m., do my priming exercise daily. So that's coming up in the scheduled version. So that's one way you can use the actual date parsing. And this actually works. Let's go into the project here. I've got a project here. We've got my winter holiday project down there. Let's go into the Abacus project, new reminder. I'm going to put contact Jeff about next week's meeting and on Monday. So you see what's happened again is highlighted in blue, so I can just tap on at the bottom and that's going to come up on the 21st. Now I can go into the information section here and I can flag that. I can actually set a time. I can repeat it, which obviously I wouldn't do in here. But what I would like to do is let's add the flag to that one. So that's now flagged. I'm not going to use the priority and that's done. So that's a flagged task. And as you see in my smart boxes up at the top, that's come up flagged. Now, in the last episode, I did mention about not knowing how to set the default list for when you are using Siri. Well, actually, now I do. If I go into the settings and we go down to reminders here, what you'll see in the settings is default list. Now you can tap on that and now I have a few lists in there, so I can choose whichever one I want to use as my default list. So when I'm talking to Siri, if I just say Siri, remember to, and then whatever it is, it will automatically go to my inbox. So that's how you would set that up on your actual so you have to go into settings to do that and set that up, and that's one way of doing it. All day reminders will come up at 9 a.m. so you can check these off as things like that, and show all day reminders as overdue starting on the next day, which is something I would like because I hate things showing up as being overdue. So there's another one that you can use in settings. Let's go back to the reminders. So those are some of the things that you can do in there, and you can set up your repeating tasks, as I say, in here using a number of options that you may wish to use. You don't have to actually set a time in there. So there's quite a few things that you may wish to do in that particular episode. So these are just some of the things that I wanted to clear up, but there is one more thing that I really want to show you, which is something else that another very kind person pointed out. If I go into my mail app, and let's say I got this email, which is, can you send over the presentation file you used last weekend as part of your workshop? So what I could do is I can just highlight this section here, just drag it out there, and I can copy that if I want, or if I hit share, I can just move along and I can hit to reminders. So test email and then just add that to reminders. Now, if I go to reminders app now and go into my inbox, because I've set up my inbox as the default, this has come into there. And what you'll see, like we had with the notes section before, that's come up as with the icon of the mail app at the side. Tap on that and it will take me to the email in my inbox. Now that is absolutely fantastic. It's just one of those really, really useful things. Now, to be fair, what I did notice is you can do this with pretty much any of these. Let's just go back into the mail app. If I do, let's just highlight this again, and I will just go blah and share. I can actually send this to my Todoist as well, so that there's not a real big problem. I mean, if I wanted to, I can add that to Todoist. So yeah, that also comes up, bang, and that would go to my Todoist inbox. So there's something else. If you're using, like me, a Todoist user, and as I mentioned in the last episode, I'm not planning on changing over to my reminders app because I'm fully into the Todoist ecosystem. It works brilliantly for me, but that's just something that you may wish to consider when you're setting up your reminders app. But for something that's really simple and something that absolutely works brilliantly with Siri, then this is a wonderful, wonderful to-do list. And if you don't want anything too complicated, then this is just one of those things that you can set up. It's absolutely a great app, and one that I would highly recommend if you're wanting to use something really simple. So I hope you found this useful. Hopefully this answers some of the questions that came up over the last episode. And it just remains for me now to wish you all a very, very productive week. Thank you very much for watching this video. Now, have I got something special to tell you about? The Time and Life Mastery version 3 course has launched. Now, this course is transformative. It will transform your life. If you find that your life is drifting from one day to the next and that you feel that you're not actually achieving your goals, then this course is going to show you how to change that. It's going to show you how to identify what is truly important to you. It's going to show you how to find what it is you want out of life, and then show you the steps that you need to take in order to get there. This course is amazing. The feedback I've got from versions 1 and version 2 have just been tremendous. It has helped so many people, and I want this opportunity to tell you that it can do the same for you. I hope you will take a look at the course, have a go, take the course, and start transforming your life today. This course will do that for you. Take a look, get yourself enrolled, and hopefully I'll see you in the course.